Hey YouTubers, thanks for tuning in to another video about Guild Wars 2. This is roughly about where I left off from part 1. I'm still level 3, although if there was some time in between the two videos, I'm sure you would be a much higher level than this character right here. The goal of these videos is not to get real in-depth with certain things, but just to give you enough information where you just have fun. In the end, what you want to do, you just want to play. You don't have to worry about understanding everything, or at least most of the things. You don't even have to worry about understanding. You just go around and kill stuff, get loot and wonder what it is, and look stuff up as they come. For example, my inventory has some things in it now. The daily login rewards come up. These two things are from that. Alright, this Mo ain't gonna leave me alone. And we have some of this stuff that are called crafting materials. See right there, vial of weak blood, bag of experience, some armor, some nourishment. So before we get into that, let's go over how to get to certain places. So one of the first things that you'll do after leveling up a little bit or playing a short bit is you'll probably want to go to some other places. So if you open up your map, hit the M key, you'll notice that, well, let's zoom all the way out. Here's Divinity's Reached. What this is, that's the home location for the human. There is a home location for each race. That's the human. Over here is the Char, for example. Actually, it's already unlocked. Oh, that is because I used my level 80 boost. If you have a level 80 boost and you use it, you will have some of those unlocked. But I am not going to use those. Matter of fact, I don't even have one unlocked here. So let's get into the home location of the human. So let's go back to the waypoint of what's close. And I will take you into the city. We'll just go north here. And you'll see the portal right there. Hit your number 2, go faster. If you have unlocked and equipped a Warhorn, you will be able to use your Warhorn to get swiftness. That'll make you run 33% faster. So there are ways to get around fast. And at some point in time in your build, as you go along, you'll learn what those are. You'll learn what gear to have, and you'll learn how to use it to get around the fastest. Or you don't have to go fastest. Here's another tip. Hit the R, and you can take your hand off the keyboard, and it just runs. So if you got to take your body or sandwich, just hit the R. Alright, so we are going down here to the end. We could have went up here, and there's multi-levels of this thing. Some of these homeworlds are really confusing, so if you get frustrated, that is quite alright. So right here in this world we have those two things. That'll take us up to the next level. And coincidentally, I am taking you to the trading post area, and there is a bank. We'll go over those two things here, probably in this video. I haven't planned out everything. I have planned some. But in the end, there's just too many things that I would say, oh yeah, I gotta get this. Oh yeah, I gotta get this. There's just too many things to explain. And I'll just explain it. And as I stated in the previous video, this is not a let's play, but as you go along, this might be the order of things that you run into. Alright, well, let's go over here to this merchant. So let's hit F. There's a couple things here that we want to note. As you play, you'll often want to go to these merchants and hit sell junk. What that sold is a needle. So all that stuff is just junk. It doesn't do you any good. It's just stuff that's in the game to have something to have in your inventory, I suppose. But these other stuff did not sell because they're not junk. These are crafting materials. I won't go into crafting on this video. For the most part, you won't really care about crafting, or should care about crafting for a wee bit. You'll want to wait until later, unless that's the only reason that you're playing the game. but I wouldn't even worry about that at all right now. So what you do want to do though, out in the world, you have trees and mining things, nodes that you can get gold, iron, some of those resources, copper, iron. Well, not there are copper and iron, but here you have different levels of these mining picks and axe and sickle. Require level 10, require level 30. The best of them is where I require level 60. If you go and you use like a regular junk copper mining pick and you're a level 60 character, you will ruin what you gather. So you always want to keep the most up-to-date ones that you can use. But for us, let's hit the H key, go to equipment, and we have none equipped. This is where you see if you have any equipped. Hit escape, that will close that. Let's buy a copper one, double click on it, we'll buy a logging, and a mining. Let's go to your inventory, hit I, double click on each of those, and it equips it. Hit escape, hit the H for hero. H is the same thing as this right there, hero. There's your inventory. But you could have dragged, double click from there too. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. So now when we run into trees and things out in the open world, we will be able to collect. And so let's hit escape. So that's, oh, one more thing on the merchant. You do want to buy, say, one of those basic salvage kits. Hit the I, and if you look at your inventory, there's different colors for things, for the titles. Well, this is called white gear because the title is in white. Mighty War Chain Greaves. We don't have any other colors, so let's just hit the O. That opens up the trading post. Let's go over to trading post real quick, I guess. So this is the gem store. You buy gems with real money, or you can trade your gold for gems, and you can buy cool things. In here, I do actually have a video of kind of what to buy, what I recommend to buy in the gem store, so I won't go over that. But if we go down to this tab, this is the actual trading post. This is where we buy armor, weapons, all this stuff. So let's look at weapons, for example. Let's look at an axe. Here's the level that it needs to be, and obviously the price. So you see these different colors, green, blue. If you hit on this filter, go to all rarities. These are your order. This is the worst, and that's the best. So you have those colors in mind, and so these things have colors too. I'm gonna buy one of these. I guess I already bought one. We'll buy two. So if you double click on these, you'll notice that, boom, I salvaged that and I turned it into copper. If I double click on it, hit something else, boom, I salvaged it. I unlocked the skin. We'll go over that later. Boom, I'm salvaging this stuff where I want to. Actually, probably should use it. I wouldn't salvage it. I'm just doing that for demonstration. You'll want to use your gear, and as you progress in level, open up the gear that you have for the levels. You don't want to just salvage it without thinking about it like I just did. But over here, if you do a deposit all materials, these things go away, the crafting materials. They go into your bank, and I'll show you the bank here shortly. There's some other options in here. Embed shared bag. Right here, that's a sharing slot, so anything you have in that slot will be available to all of your characters. Compact, that just does that. Hide rarity. Rarity like blue, see how the color changed? Hide new highlights. We usually want to show, we usually don't want to show bags. We want to hide bags because it just takes up too much room. But you can do a show bags, and it shows you what's in each individual bag. There's one reason to mainly do that, and that's if you want to move a bag around. Well, I mean, you can move them around like that, but in case you want to replace a bag with a higher end bag. So let's go back to hide bags. Here's a couple things that we got from the dailies. These are kind of cool. These are
Sweet,
that was a
sweet
bag of
loot.
crafting materials. You know, this stuff is worth different amounts. And what I would recommend to do for now, if you're fairly new, just deposit the things and let them collect. Don't sell them, just let them collect. There's not too much of a reason for you to be trying to collect a bunch of gold right now. You do want some, and you will get some. And so, one of the main thing, I think the main thing
See
that you need
Simmer.
to be worried about is just enjoying yourself. Get to know the game, get to know the mechanics, and then when you hit level 80, it's a completely different game, different world. There's so much to do, but try not to just get in a hurry of that. Even though they have that 80 level boost, if you use that boost and that's the first thing you do, and you go around the world with this level 80, excuse me, not knowing what you're doing, and if you start doing group content, they're going to notice that you kind of don't know what you're doing and probably get mad at you. So maybe use your level 80 and play solo and fool around, but I wouldn't make that your total content.
All things have a right to
So,
grow.
alright, these are tomes of knowledge, and each one will give you a level. If you notice, I'm on level 3, except that put me on level 4. So there are quick ways to level.
Congratulations to me.
And you get a certain amount of those a month from your daily login rewards, and then it tells you what you're unlocking and so on. And some veteran players have hundreds of those things. So eventually, you won't even sweat it. You can make an 80 literally within 5 minutes because you'll have so many of those just from playing regularly. All right, we went over the merchant. Okay, now right over here is a bank. Now, if you chose a different class, different race, sorry, your banks and stuff will be in a different area. Just just look around. I'm gonna try a test here. Here is how nice the Guild Wars 2 community is. If I look at my hero tab, I have 117 achievement points. It's not a lot. What this is, you get achievement points from doing things and accomplishing things in game. Most players will look at that number and be able to tell if you're a new player or not. So I'm going to open up map chat, hit enter, and I'm going to do a test. I'm going to see how nice the community is and see if they will walk me to the trading post. So if you're in a different area, you can do this, and most people will say, sure, I'll take you. I'll say, hi, I am new. Can someone show me where the trading post is? And we'll give that a second to sink in, and I bet you somebody will say yes, or they'll link a waypoint. That's one thing. So if you click on that, they say west of Minister's Waypoint. So what I'm trying to do is get somebody to actually physically come here. I am at the entrance of this place. I don't know how to get there. Thank you. But you will always probably get a good answer, an appropriate answer. But see how they linked that waypoint? All they did was they held the control key down and clicked on the point. But if you talk enough, somebody will show you, or just, of course, just roam around. All major cities have the bank, all this stuff. They have the bank, the trading post, like the guild bank. If you got into a guild, when you get into a guild, they have merchants. They here's your crafting stations. So all major cities have that. So let's just go back to the bank. We'll click on that. So my experiment was fairly successful. If I map tab it a little bit more, I probably could convince somebody to show me. Okay, so let's go over here to the bank. Here's the guild bank. Error's out because I'm not in a guild. Or don't have permissions, whatever. I think I actually joined my own guild on this. I have some stuff in this bank. I've done a little bit with this account. And you don't have much space here. You can unlock tabs, but it will cost 600 gems. And I was trying to have it open up this. Oops. This is one of the things that is on the high priority list to buy, because you will run out of this stuff fast. Some people don't ever buy any bank space, but you can't keep that much. But that's the bank, and you just double click here to put something in there, double click there to put something back. You can scroll through here. Now what you can do, also click on this tab. Here's your material storage. When you do that deposit all, voila, they are right here. And you can take stuff out, like double click. I want to sell those, for example. Right click, sell. I won't get into selling right now. And yeah, that's it. That's your bank. So, and over on this side is the trading post. We'll use our number 2 to fast forward. And here's the trading post. There's some over here too. And you can take all, pick up your monies. And you have other merchants and things. I won't go into those. It's easy to look and see what most of them are. Most of them make pretty easy sense. So now the big next step is hit the M key. How in the world do you get to some of these other places? You can get to other places without having to walk. You could just walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. But what you can do, because you might level up to level 10, level 12, and a good thing to do to level up more is just go to the other starting areas, and then you have some brand new areas that are easy to get into. So we'll go over to here, hit the M, this little purple circle. It says fast travel to Lion's Arch. That's what we want. Lion's Arch is kind of the, I wouldn't say it's the main place, but it's one of the main places that people go. So we'll walk into that gate. A lot of people hang out in Lion's Arch. And actually most of the time Divinity's Reach, where we're just at, I think has the biggest chatter. So if you like the chatter, you probably might go to hang out in Divinity's Reach. If you don't like chatter, go hang out in a lesser known area, maybe like the Savari homeland or something. So when you enter Lion's Arch, you'll see this pretty cinematic. I'm gonna skip it, you can watch it though. And voila, we are over here. If we hit the M key, scroll out, we are over here. We are in Lion's Arch. This is kind of the main hub of the whole game. So you'll notice that we have this big old shiny thing. That's called the Mystic Forge. You can put junk in there and you get junk out. And it's a gambling thing. You can put a bunch of money in there and sometimes you'll get lucky and make some money. But there's tons of videos. By the way, if you ever run across something and you don't know what it is, like let's hit I and we go to inventory. And I don't have anything that might strike a bone or a curiosity. Well, let's look up this salvage kit, basic salvage kit. Hit your enter key, it brings up your chat. Hit the / type wiki and type in what you're looking to find. Hit enter and it brings up the wiki with what you typed in. And this tells you all about it. Double click to salvage and you can do this for pretty much anything in the game. Tells you where to get it. You can get it over here for karma versus gold. You can get it in all these. So that's you always want to keep that in the back of your mind. So you can always do that. Here's another bank. Same bank,
See,
just
enter
another
that button.
location. So what we are wanting to do, let's hit the M key. We want to go to where all of these are. Those are more travel gates. And if you notice, while that's walking, hit the R. Uh, you can control yourself. But there's vistas, there's POIs, there's no heart. There are no hearts here, but there's yeah, you do have map completion for Lion's Arch. All right, hit escape, close that, and boom. Here are our gates to all of the other starting areas, including a couple other places. And if you look at the guy that's out in front of the gate, you can tell usually where it goes. That's not a home starting area. That is that's the Holbrook area. That is the Norm area. And you can tell because there are Norms are like big humans. Let's go over to this one. These are Char. So we can tell that that's the Char starting area. Black Citadel is the name of that city. Savari. Those are Savari race. And their home city is called the Grove. Same way, this is the Azura. Their homeworld is called Radisum. And back to the beginning, this is called, well, that's Divinity's Reach. That's the human homeworld. That's where we just came from. South Sun Cove, that's another place just on the map. Won't worry about that right now. Let's go to the I don't know, let's go to the Char starting area, which is Black Citadel. Black Citadel is pretty big. Most home areas are pretty big. This one can be confusing. Lots of levels. See, look at that. It is very beautiful, but it is very confusing. And that's just looking on some of the outside. So if you hit your M key, let's go to the map. Same thing, have vistas. Here's your crafting stations. There's a trading post. There's a bank. Waypoints. And then if you walk all the way through, get over to here, you can walk outside and into the starting area. I have that waypoint there ready, so I am going to save time and click on that waypoint. And that will put us in Plains of Ashford, which is, again, the Char starting area pretty much. So now if we look at our map, booyah, we are in this area. And we do pretty much the same thing that we did in Divinity's Reach. We go around, do hearts, visit people, or friend up with people. And just have fun. Learn your class. All the enemies are easy as pie in here. Actually, pie is easier to fix. Nothing is hard in these areas. It's just a good time to play and be casual. Just play and have fun. There are dungeons. I forget how many, 9 I think. And those can be pretty challenging. There's all kinds of level 80 areas. In this area, actually in Plains of Ashford, there's a dungeon over here which will be your very first dungeon. It requires you to be level 32. It doesn't actually make it a physical requirement. You can go in at any level. But if you're not at least level 32, you're going to get your butt kicked. Plus your party members will be mad at you. Dungeons in general, I will save those for another video. I think I want to cover one more thing before I end this video, and that is how to buy your gear from the trading post. Now it is true that you could play all the way up to level 80 and not buy a single thing with gold. And probably even karma, you would just, you can play the whole thing with just using the stuff you get from leveling up. or your loot, excuse me, or your loot from Mocksters. There's general things, random things, like here's a flask of fire water. You drink it, and nothing really happens. There is an achievement for it, but we won't worry about that. So we can tell that we're at a heart. Oh, there it goes. You can tell I'm drunk. See all the screen kind of flying back and forth. I was going to say that it was usually get you drunk, but sometimes you have to drink more. If I would have drank a couple more, it might have said something. Okay. I'm going to switch to my level 13 character. She is level 13 and naked for a particular reason. That is because I used her to play the personal story and get a item called a Black Lion key, Black Lion chest key. People do that and they'll play them over and over and over again to get these keys right there, because you can open up Black Lion chest and get lucky and get some good items. Okay, let's get back to the trading post. We'll hit M, go back here to that waypoint. Now, I should note that you can buy from the trading post. You can look. You can do anything with the trading post except for pick up your items. So anywhere you're at, just hit the O. You can buy, you can sell too. The only thing you can't do is pick things up. So technically I could have waited to go to the trading post after I bought my stuff. But I just went to the trading post now anyway. Oh, here are those bees. Somebody's got the bees. Okay. As you can see, people just hang out here and do nothing like in a typical MMO. Let's see what this lady. Oh, that shows you what the total makeover kit can do. And then you have to buy it from the gem store if you want to have it. But you have extra hairstyles. You have extra faces that you can do. See the stuff with the star? You can. That's exclusive. That means you can do. You have to have the kit to do those. And in particularly, there's a lot of colors. That's a cool hairstyle. All these different colors. You can do all these cool colors. Alright, back on to the trading post. So, let's go here. We'll open the trading post. Alright, so as you journey, every now and then, it doesn't cost that much to buy the cheapest, best gear for you. And here's how you do that. So we'll go to armor. Automatically it filters by warrior and it shows only available. Okay, now in general, especially leveling up, your stats, all you really want is what's called berserkers. See, if you hover over something that says power, vitality, condition damage, you won't die, and all of this gear can work just fine. But if you want to kill enemies quicker, for now, just get berserkers. Don't care about any other thing except for the berserkers. So at level 13, it's called Mighty, I believe. Actually level 10. Let's do our filters. Level range 0 to 13. There is an actual level 13, but that is vital. That gives you vitality. We don't want that. Precision is good, but we don't want that. We want the Mighty. Okay, there's a Mighty. Okay, look at the numbers. Defense 37, 8 power, 46, 10 power. The green is obviously better. So let's click on this filter, go to all rarities, click on find, and that will just show only the green. If we show blue. If we show the green, they don't come up yet because we're not high enough level. So you sift around a little bit and you'll see, so what I'm doing right now is I'm finding the highest level armor that I can buy for the cheapest price and has the highest stats. So Vital, Mighty, 46 10 power, 44 9 power. That's condition damage. 37 power, that's weak. Okay, so the most power that I seen was that. And it's 2 silver and 70 copper. That's really not much at all. So there are two things right here. Let me explain what that is. Current buyers. If you wanted to get this for cheaper, but didn't care about waiting for sometimes an hour, sometimes a couple minutes, sometimes a day, depends on how many people are selling it. So if you wanted to put in an order, just like you would in a real market, and say you're willing to pay 2 silver for it, well, you outbid these guys, and whoever has one of these to sell and they want the money instant, they'll sell it to you for 2 silver. There's 20 people that want to buy it for 1 silver and 91 copper. And there's not many available. So you will probably be waiting a long time if you put in a buy order. So we are just going to buy it instantly because it's not that expensive anyway. So we noticed that it is called Mighty. So if you put in the search Mighty, it narrows it down a bunch. Because if you look, what did we end up getting? Mighty Warcorn. 46 10 power, 44 9 power. See, 2 silver and 70 copper, way cheaper than 27 and 44 copper. That might just look cooler. If you right click and do a preview, you can see what it looks like. Right click, do a preview. It's just, there's no, don't worry about thinking, oh shucks, I need to spend more. But it's actually the cheapest thing on the list. And then you go through, we'll do leggings. Mighty, there's 31 6 power, 36 power, 25 4 power right there. Similar price, buy instantly. Gloves, probably the same thing. 23 3 power, 18 2 power, right there. So we'll do this for headgear. There's only one option, so we'll buy that. Aquatic headgear, you don't get that yet. You have to get to a certain level. I don't have these levels memorized because it's been forever since I've quote properly leveled up a character. So 19, so we're on boots. 19 and 2 power, 23 and 3 power, 18 2 power, 22. Okay, I ain't gonna care about the little extras power that you get for 65 silver. So let's get the cheaper one. 22. Yeah. See, there's only one difference in number. Let's get that one. Shoulders, same thing. There's only one option, but that one's a lot more. But it's okay, because we are playing actively, right? And we're getting gold, getting money as we go. Matter of fact, I think I know I mentioned that we should probably just deposit all of our materials. At this point, let me retract that a little bit. You can just sell them all if you want, but let me show you how to properly sell so that you get your best money. But before I don't think I'll do that yet. Maybe that'll be in the next video, how to properly sell stuff. This is getting a little bit lengthy, but I want to finish up this little subject of what we're talking about here. So then let's go to weapons. There are many different weapons you can choose. Some professions can use more weapons than others, but it's the same thing. We're looking for that power, and there's a lot of and I don't know what. Oh, we're on warrior, so let's get a short sword. Well, let's get a great sword. You probably want a great sword for one. Here's 186 and 17 power. I'm just looking at the stats as I roll over. That's actually the highest stat, and it's not too bad in price, so we'll buy that for a great sword. We can use a hammer. Let's just buy a hammer. No, this will be a good time to show you for warrior what weapons that you want to use to move around quick. So we'll kill a couple birds with one stone. 169, 9 power. I'm scrolling through looking at the... Okay, look. Silver, 50 copper. Stuff's not that expensive. As long as you pay attention to what you buy. You know, you might think, oh, that's the best one because it's most expensive, but nope. We just bought one that was right there between that one and that one. And we want a war horn. Booyah! Same thing, let's look for it. There's 152. There's, okay, that 152 is what we want. Buy instantly. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm pretty sure everything that we got was a level 11. Alright, so now let's take all. Close that. Open our hero panel. Double click and let's equip this stuff. Okay, I just went through and double clicked it all. We unlocked all the skins for it. That'll be another video of how to use skins. So this number that's green, that means that something of our weapons or something is enhancing that. So something is giving us plus vitality. Oh, no. Oh, it's the defense. Must be the defense. Some things you just don't pay attention to, like I hardly ever paid attention to this. There's a couple numbers in here that to worry about at some point, but not right now. And that's it. So now you're ready to go kill. Now let's go back to the hero panel. Now unused upgrade slots. We will go over that later, but you will be just fine if you go out and kill with just how you are. Whatever class you are, it's the same process, same concept of what I just did, to go through and buy that stuff and spend the least amount. If we open up our trading post, go to history, my transactions, history, bought. If we, well, yours won't be as many as that, but let's say 2, 4, 6, 30, 32, 35, 40, 40. We spent less than a gold. We might have spent 60, 70 silver on all of that, and that's nothing. Don't worry about saving your gold right now. There's tons of ways to make gold that you'll learn about later. Again, just concentrate and have a joyous time getting your first character up to level 80, because you will only probably do this one time. All the other times you'll cheat, and which is fine, but you have to learn the game somehow. And it's like boot camp, I guess. That'd be a good term for it. Be like boot camp. Well guys, I'm gonna close it at that, and on the next video, part 3, I'll blab some more. We'll finish up. We'll talk about those weapon upgrades, and probably maybe talk a little bit about dungeons, because you might start getting to be that level. And we'll just kind of go over some of the other things. There's lots of stuff to go over. All this stuff. There's different game types. You know, I plan on touching all that stuff, but I'm trying to go in the order of, if you were playing this game from scratch as a new person, this, you know, that's the order that I'm trying to do this stuff in. But thanks a lot guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please just post them below. I'm happy to, I love answering questions. Welcome to message me in game on my main account, which is on one of my other videos. My account tour definitely has it. Post there on the videos, however ways you want to get in contact with me. Alright guys, have fun, game on, play around, talk with people, learn, and see you on the next video. Bye.